Hey guys, today we're going to be benchmarking Battlefield 2042 with an RTX 3070 and a Ryzen 3700x. I have the 37. I have both of them overclocked. For the 3700x, I just have the auto OC from Ryzen Master, so it just adds a slight boost. I'm not too sure about it. As you can see, we're stuck at 4.1 gigahertz to 4.2, so it's definitely boosting. The 3070, I have a 120 overclock on the core and a
second.
Some tough health. I am not so tough, at least not like that helicopter. But sorry, 120 on the core and 500 on the memory, so pretty good overclock, but nothing crazy. It'll be the same, and especially since we're CPU limited on this title, you're gonna see the same. I would even bet that you would get the same FPS with like a 3060 Ti, because it's pretty comparable to a 3070. But anyway, as you can see, we're running it on high right now, I believe, yes. High is running fantastic. It did not run this well at launch, so I guess in the multiple updates they've thrown out since then, the game's running better, and I love it. It's not exactly where I want it to be, but it's a next-gen title. It's running great. It's 60 plus. It's a semi-high refresh rate experience. So yeah, I'm proud of it, and it looks really good. I'll add that in. High and Ultra look very, very similar, but the game looks great. But as you can see, yeah, it's running really well. This is the map renewal. It's not the most intensive, but it's definitely not the least intensive. It's 128 players universe. Yeah, high run's really good. Let's just switch it to ultra real quick. It's gonna look, at least on my end, I don't know how you'll be able to tell on YouTube, but it'll look very comparable to high. And I think it'll just be a slight performance hit. You still in combat? Okay. I guess let's spawn C1 again.
Task force strength is noticeably down.
Yeah, great. 80s, 70s. Might occasionally dip into the 60s and really intensive parts, but it's doing well. I think the issue, since it's can't catch a really good question. Can't see anything. That's okay, he left.
One of our objectives has been attacked.
Can't remember what I said. Yeah. Ultra runs really well. Still, oh yeah, I think I was saying how it was, since it's GPU bottleneck, you can go up higher into the settings and put a little more strain on the GPU. Yeah, like 94%. That's not very common, but it happens every now and then. And the higher settings surely help. But it helps to relieve a little stress off the CPU, and as a result you get pretty similar FPS to the lower quality settings. Ultra's running great though, high ran great. We'll throw it down to medium in a second. Yeah, this is a pretty intensive part of the map as well.
Most sectors are now under our control.
That guy. Alright, cool. RAM, if you have 16 gigs of RAM, you're totally good. I have 32, but it's not necessary. Just have, higher speed, 3000 megahertz plus. You'll be fine. Yeah, it's running really well. Like I said, they must have done something in the patches, because it's running much better than it was at launch.
Secured an objective.
Hit registration is not where it should be though. I will add that. Dice needs to get on top of that. Switch to 9x19. Ultra settings look fantastic. Like I said,
Enemies moving on Delta
looks
1.
great. The
Reloading!
ray tracing does not look great, and it's a huge performance sim. That's going to be real quick. I find DLSS to be essentially useless. It was better when the game first came out. I found it helped a little bit, but now
Tango down! Friendly casualties! Reloading
it
now!
doesn't seem to make a difference.
Grapple in place! Shaking them up. Best guess, we're halfway home. Tango down!
I'm playing some pretty bad people because I should not have gotten that many kills on this roof. It's not me being good, it's them being bad. Maybe that's what it comes down to. But yeah, medium runs fantastic. Higher FPS for sure, more CPU bottleneck, but it's running great. No complaints. Being up here is a little easier on the system than being down there, but yeah, really good FPS. Game looks fantastic. Still a little degradation from high. More degradation. Oh, that was nasty. More degradation than high to ultra. I shut off while I try to change settings. I can change my settings. Let's go down to low just for a second. It's going to be obviously most frames. Don't want to leave. You're going to get the most frames at a low preset, obviously. I don't think that's going to surprise anybody. But I mean, it's nothing crazy too. I mean, 90s, 100s. Higher refresh rate for sure. I realized that there's so much right there. Should have realized. Should have put 2 and 2 together. But I could not avoid getting my ass shut off. So that's okay. Not doing very good this game, but that's okay. I'm just here to benchmark. What a great spawn. Thank you, Dice. Very cool. Anyway, yeah, low's running really good. Let's just, let's put it back to high. Let's say high. And let's throw DLSS on quality. I don't think it'll make a difference. Visually, it's basically the same. There's really no difference, to be honest. But, you know, it might be a very slight difference. Another good spawn. Thank you, guys.
One down. You're welcome.
It might even be running worse, to be honest. I'll have to try normal high settings. Oh dear.
We've lost control of an objective.
Interesting. Yeah, I really don't think DLSS helps a ton. Let's try turning it off real quick, see if we notice any big difference. I'm not seeing one. I'm not in combat right now, so
We just took Sector Alpha.
let's try to get near some people.
Secure most of the sectors. Defend them at all costs. Allies are engaging in Delta 1. Our troops have lost an objective. We're down to 50% strength.
Oh. Yeah, it's running really well off DLSS. So I don't know what's up with that, but I would not run DLSS if I were you. At least not anymore. I did it a little bit earlier, but now I find it doesn't really matter. And just for fun, I'll show you ray tracing. Big performance hit, really no, there's really not a huge visual improvement. Ooh, 50 FPS, woohoo, 60 FPS. Totally missed that. I'm gonna blame that on the ray tracing. Yeah, I mean, we're borderline 60 FPS. Mostly 50s. It does not feel good at all. If you care about your, if you want a 60 plus all the time, this is not the way to do it. Who would have suspected the turn there? Ah, damn it. Nobody's up here, are they? Yeah, it's not great. I would not recommend running it with, at least not with a 3070. I don't know, maybe a 3080 Ti or something you can run it with, but let's go back to just regular.
Hostiles engaging Charlie 1.
Oh yeah, I have motion blur off, of course. It's trash, but these settings off, but everything else is just what the preset gives me.
Regroup at this position.
Yeah, I think this is the way to play the game, though. DLSS off, high settings. A bit of a stutter there. Because I just spawned. This Boston Dynamics. Oh my god. Everybody's just dodging my rockets today.
They have
I'm
sector
a doomed
echo.
man. Extra rockets.
Watch my back. No fucking way! Fire!
There's so many vehicles. Let's see if I get picked up. Oh, we're about to win. Nice. But yeah, like I said, this game runs really well in this duo, and I imagine it's only going to improve. It's improved since launch. So if you have these specs, feel free to buy the game and enjoy it. You're definitely gonna have fun. I think it's fun. A lot of people complain about the game, but I've had a lot of fun with my friends playing it. It's definitely got its issues. Nothing that can't be. Like I said earlier, you could probably get the same frames with something like a 3060 Ti, because 3070 and 3060 Ti are very comparable cards, and especially given that we're CPU bottleneck most of the time. You know, it'd probably get the same FPS. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, whatever. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. But hope you guys have a good day, and thanks for watching the video.